Hey guys, today we're going to be going over Tobirama. I'm going to be showing his gameplay, I'm talking about his fetters, I'm going to go over his abilities, his star stats, basically everything about him. There will also be a Obito video pretty soon. I did the event basically for content. I don't think Obito is that good, but I did want to make a video on him because I don't know anyone who went for him. I knew a lot of people who went for Tobirama. I know people who are going for people who are Kashirama when he comes out. I already made a Shisui video. I just kind of look at this game through how much videos and how much stuff I can make for it. Besides that, let's just get started with the video. Tobirama is one of the better controllers. His ultimate is kind of like Pain. He pulls like everyone into like a circle with a bunch of shadow clones. He does a lot of damage and he slows them for 60% for 5 seconds and the cooldown is about 50 seconds, which it's kind of long, but it's basically a really big AoE pull. That's pretty good for like canceling other ultimates from bosses. You can use that. You can time that really well with certain stuff. It's a lot like Itachi's ultimate, where you basically want to use it whenever a boss is channeling something up, so it makes it stop channeling. That's basically when you would want to use his ultimate. His star stat is pretty good. He increases dodge by 10% when his HP is above 50%, and then he also gives all his allies 10% crit, which is pretty good. And every 15 seconds, he summons like a black hole and silences a group of enemies for 2 seconds. I'm gonna talk about some good lineups you can use with him. Since Tobirama is Yin, you can try to go for a full Yin team, which would probably be like Itachi, Tobirama, Madara, Susanoo Sasuke, with probably Tsunade for the heal. That's pretty good. But that was pretty much like a god team. That's like the latest late game. But if you're looking for just like a normal, like average used team with Tobirama, you could probably go for like Itachi, Tobirama. You could probably throw in some people like Pain or Danzo. Danzo is actually really good, and I do recommend people getting him. The fact that his ultimate just does 10% of max HP is just so good. Like, he does so much damage, and it makes no sense. The only problem is that he's wind, and wind is pretty bad, to be honest. Wind is, it's decent because it's Naruto, but besides that, like, there's really no reason to ever go wind. You usually just want to go like yin or yang. Those are the absolute best for your lineup. But if you're using someone like Kisame because you have him 7 star or 8 star, then you can just use him. Like my lineup is a 7 star Kisame, 8 star Itachi, 7 star Minato, and 6 star Jiraiya. So my bonus is a little bit ruined for using water, but it doesn't really mean that much. It doesn't end up changing drastically how much damage you do. I will be getting rid of Kisame once I get Obito, which I will be getting him in like a couple of days. Now, like I said before, I'll be making a video on him too and a guide also on him. Another thing, I said this a long time ago, but the later game that you get into, the less it matters. I know I told everyone that you need like a class of every single one of them. Like you need a tank, you need a support, you need a control, and you need an attack. But the later you go on, you actually don't even really need to change up your class that much because a lot of the controllers are what's like really good. My team has 3 controls and 2 attack. I know that doesn't sound very good, but the fact that like all of my people are just really strong, like Minato, really good, Itachi, really good, Jiraiya, really good. KCM is not that good, but I use him because I have KCM 6 star, so I don't mind using KCM. I just don't have Susanoo Sasuke. And my Shippunen Sasuke is also 6 star, so I was like, might as well use the KCM because then I can also get a 3 Yang bonus instead of only having a 2 Yin, no, 2 Yang, 1 Yin, and like 1 Water and Fire. You really just need to look at it with like a subjective view. You don't need every single class, but it's good to have it. It's just that the later you go on, the less it really matters. The most that does matter is support because support is really useful and it heals you. But besides that, like tank doesn't really do that much. tank doesn't do a lot of damage, and it doesn't even tank that much damage. Now we're going to talk about the fetters. His fetters are actually pretty good. The first one is Susanoo Sasuke with Orochimaru. That gives 7.2% damage and 3.6% crit damage. Then we have Sarutobi with Kakashi, which gives 1.1% dodge and 1.7% crit resistance. Now this one is probably my favorite one. Dodge is just really, really good, like on anyone. But dodge on a melee is like probably the best thing that you can get. And since Tobirama is a mid laner, not mid laner, he's a melee, it's really good for him. And Sarutobi and Kakashi isn't even that hard to get, so it's a pretty good fetter. Then of course we have Hashirama. Hashirama gives you 8% HP, which is pretty obvious since that Hashirama is a lot like a tank. But to be fair, this game does not go off logic. This game goes off bullshit. So then finally, his last fetter is Minato, which gives him 4.8% damage and 1.5% hit. Yeah, so Tobirama has some pretty good fetters. It's not bad at all. A lot of it's actually very useful for who Tobirama is. There's other partners like Obito. Apparently Obito's fetters were like extremely awful. And that's the video. If you guys enjoyed, I guess leave a like. Once again, I don't really give a fuck if you like the video or not. But if you do, hey, thanks. Well yeah, I'll see you guys the next time.